you're so useless. Like you always make mistakes. You're in your maybe like a um inner child that has been, the voice behind that
Yes,
you're not
yes.
aware of. You're not aware of, but that like the one that is actually destroying you. Like maybe
That's
your
it.
mom's voice, your dad's voice, they didn't mean it, but at that time, like it's been said, you're so
Mm,
useless. Like you always make mistakes. Like uh,
mm.
how do you actually oh, this was when they were angry. They didn't mean it, but you carried it.
Yes. You
So
carry
I think that,
those. Yeah. What we say to ourselves is so important. I'm a loser. I'm a failure. I'm depressed. It's not gonna, I'm not gonna make it. This is the end of my life. This is the end of me. Affect our actions and our lives and our lives. What we say has the power to reshape or to crumble our lives. The words we speak are powerful. Our words are powerful.
Hi there, welcome to the replay of our after hours discussions with professional coaches. Your exclusive complimentary Sunday session for all of our community around the world, where coaching minds unite with our people to create real world results. I am Adrian Cahill, your host and founder of the Motivate community, and more recently, Monday Morning Motivation. As a global trainer in NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, coaching, and hypnosis, this weekly gathering brings some of my colleagues from trainings, my fellow students and coaches all together in one place where we can discuss, share, help change the world by delivering free, quality information that's here to help you transform. This is a completely safe zone. You can feel free to share anything here and share deep and share openly. There's no point trying to cover up with stories of how awesome we are. We all make mistakes, and I think we all want to have a bit of a better life or a better world around us. So we're all here to learn, and even though I'm a so-called trainer, I'm going to be in student mode. I'm going to be open, and I'm going to be really aware. So if Jennifer says some stuff to me and it kind of triggers me a little bit, I'm going to be open and aware enough to consider everything she is saying. And as she says some stuff in my body, if my body disagrees with me at any point, that's going to be an interesting thing for me to look at. So today, I'm really looking forward to being a student with the awesome Jennifer, who has been around the world and back numerous times, and not just with herself. She's moved around the world with her boy and more, making sure the world's a better place for him. And now she's back home. So what is it, Sunday morning? Thanks for coming, Jennifer. I'll shut up now.
Adrian and everyone here, good morning all the way over here from Jamaica. Yes, as you know, I returned home last year. Yes, Adrian, thank you so much for having me here, sharing this platform again. I haven't shared here for a very, well, about a year and a half. But this platform I can attribute to most of my growth in terms of a coach and all of that. So thank you. And thank you for all the persons who are here, or, it's maybe Sunday where you are, Sunday evening, but it's Sunday morning. Yes, where I am at. 13 hours behind. I was on a show in the UK because I have a virtual book tour happening. So I have authors who from Jamaica, it's 3 a.m. for them, and they were on that show. So I was supporting them and all that, but the conversation. So I do apologize. I'm rarely late for anything. So thank you once again. And today's topic is something that I I spoke about a couple of years ago, but coming into this year, leaving China and coming back home, has gotten me to think again about chaos and the necessity for chaos. Jay, thank you so much for sharing that a bit before I came on. So sometimes we look at our lives as being, oh wow, my life has fallen apart. Who can attest to that? Yes? It's not what I planned. It's not how my life is supposed to be. And we fall out of sync, we get depressed, everything happens, and we just start going off because we believe that order is, we can control certain things, and order is important, which it is in some aspects of our lives. But for the most part, sometimes we do have to look again at, okay, what is life trying to teach me? Can you all see my screen? Yes. So the order of chaos, a kind of, you know, paradox. There's some people says there's no order to chaos. It's just chaos. Look at 9/11. Look at what's happening now in the world with the earthquakes and the wars and the oil industries and all of that. There's complete chaos right now in the economy. But in all of that, there is the possibility of uncovering your true purpose and power in life's unpredictable moments. And for me, life had been unpredictable in so many ways over the years. First of all, most of you know my story. I left Jamaica, came to China after teaching for 18 years in Jamaica. And after I reached, the pandemic came. I was like, okay, I left everything behind, um, transitioned, and here I am in the middle of a global, terrifying pandemic. But that was the beginning of my real transformation. That was the moment that I really began to recognize my power and my purpose in unpredictability. And so my topic, the order of chaos, discovering power, purpose, and possibility in life's unpredictable moments. So most of you already know who I am. I don't know who here doesn't know me. This is me. I'm the CVO of Activate Core, founder of the International Virtual Book Tour. Now I have my own publishing house. I'm the founder of Produce Her brand. And I'm also a certified transformation coach, NLP practitioner, authorpreneur, educator, and mentor. Did all of this happen at once? All of this happened in the middle of transitions, in the middle of my becoming, in the middle of, hey, I didn't plan for any of this. What happened? This wasn't a part of my deal. It wasn't a part of anything that I had imagined about my life. I didn't plan to become an author. I didn't plan to study NLP. I didn't plan to do any of these things. But then life threw me a real curveball, a real devastating ball. And so I had to rethink my life, and I had to make some changes in the middle of that chaos. So this is my story. And we all have a story to share. Yes. And over the years, I discovered the real power of storytelling. We all have stories to share. So I'm from a dysfunctional family in terms of my mom. I'm the last of 6 children. When I came, nobody really wanted another child, right? So, but I came, and so I was just tossed to my older sister to say, you raise her, because guess what? We're all busy. I don't know why they had so many kids anyway. I only have one child, one son. But in that time, people had, well, in Jamaica, and in our culture, in that era, people had 6, 8, 10, 14 kids, and it was fine for them. The boomers, they call them, right? They had lots of kids that they couldn't take care of. But it was in that era that, yes, we had population growth. So from early on, I wanted to control my environment because guess what? I'm the last of 6. Nobody really wanted another girl. They wanted boys, but not girls. Um, so I controlled. I planned my life out. I went to college, worked hard, graduated. Um, got married, built a house, had the white picket fence, had a child, and then my life broke apart. I became divorced. And I lost my shell of control, my identity of as I would call it. And then my life began to unravel. I went into depression. I developed suicidal thoughts. I was just really off. It was through God and my family that kept me going and helped me to rebuild my life. And even then, I thought that my life was coming together. I became a single mom. But then I felt the need that there was something more in my life, that I was meant for more, that something else was out there, and I wanted to find it. So I left Jamaica, came to China in 2019, and then at the cusp of me rediscovering and forming a new control system over my life, the pandemic struck. So here I am in a foreign country, knowing nobody, didn't know the language, didn't know how to get around. A Black woman from a very rural part of Jamaica, standing out, having heard my mom said, what else would you want to do with your life? You already have a career, a house, da, da, da. What else is there? But I knew that there was something more that I wanted to do, and that there was something more out there. That's the power of curiosity. I'm always curious to find out what else is there, what more is there, what more can I learn and do and uncover. And it was in that terrifying moment when everything was just all over the place and people didn't know when it was going to end and people were dying and we heard the reports and all of that, that I wrote my first book. That I found, hey, there is something else in me that I didn't know. In the uh, chaotic world of what was happening in China and outside, and persons were losing their jobs, and depression set in, and persons lost their families and their loved ones, and all of that chaos. That was when my life changed dramatically. I wrote my first book. I published my first book. I became a life coach, and that's when I met Adrian and the Motivate community and MMM communities. It's just like my life just started going on a different path, and nothing that I had predicted or thought of. And then they became my family. Janine, Adrian, Darko, Dino, and so many others became my family. We didn't know each other physically. We had never met before. But here I was seeking to discover more about all of this. And I met these wonderful people who took me in, trained me, mentored me, changed my life. And I became a follower. I just started following. I was on here like every Sunday, just trying to learn as much as I possibly could. I was on MMM every Monday morning, every Monday, lapping up all of the fantastic speakers that they had, and I would just be writing and learning, and because it was a new level of my life in the middle of all of the chaos that was happening. Janine launched the Monday morning motivation. And I was saying, wow, this was like I discovered gold, or I discovered water in an oil-filled country. And it was just amazing. And I would just be there. And I came on Sundays, and Adrian and the team, they were there. And then Alicia had the Saturday learning community, and I was just there. Remember that time when Alicia had those functions? Oh my word. I was there every Saturday. I was there every Sunday for Motivate and Monday morning. And I grew and I learned, and I had amazing mentors in all of the chaos that was happening around the world, I discovered the order that I needed in my life. And I began to appreciate the chaos that it was, the unpredictable moments, and what it had afforded my life, how my life had changed. And then I became an entrepreneur. I began to write more books. And then 4 years ago, Janine came on board. I shared really, at that time, I didn't know what it was. I had an idea of a virtual book tour. And I believe God had led me to that, to share stories. And I shared the story with her, with Amelia, and they said, yes, let's do it. And we did it, and we launched a first virtual book tour with 10 authors from 5 countries. Janine was a part of that tour. And we were just astounded with the response that people wanted to just share their stories amidst chaos that was happening. The world was just coming back into this framework of, oh, post-pandemic, what now? What do we do? Where do we go? Persons actually quit their jobs and found their own niches, found their own companies, reframed everything and said, hey, I don't have to go back to my 9 to 5. I don't have to go back to what I thought was my order of things. I didn't have to go back to all of that. I could form an entirely new identity. Chaos has a purpose in our lives. And that's what I'm here to show us today, that I found that chaos sometimes is absolutely necessary. So the virtual book tour is now 4 years. Yay! We are here. Adrian, thank you so much for believing in this vision and coming on board with Activate Core and just being there. I ask you for advice all the time and this and that, and giving us your space to share 4 years running. This year we have 42 authors from 6 continents. It is an amazing journey, and all of this came about as my life unraveled, and I fell into chaos, and chaos taught me some things. And here I am today to share with you. And this is Activate Core, and what we are about, what we have launched, and now I am transitioning over to the Produce Her, Transforming Lives, to work with girls and women all over the world to share their stories of falling into chaos, their lives going through abuse, rejection, neglect, divorce, separation, and finding that life can just throw us into a different area. And at first we think that, God, this is so chaotic. This is unpredictable. It's not what I planned. But finding that, hey, maybe, just maybe, life is teaching me something else. So have you ever experienced where I want you to talk and journal and open your microphones if you want, or type in the chat your chaos. And we have all experienced those moments when we think, this is not how I wanted my life to be. You know, recently I went to a conference with women, a retreat, and the women there, many of them had experienced sexual abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse from fathers, brothers, uncles, aunts, nephews, cousins. And in this space, it was the first time they were actually sharing their experiences. And in that space, we discovered that, hey, this is not what I wanted for my life. Some of them became pregnant. But it was in that space we uncovered that maybe, just maybe, life has different plans for me. Maybe just maybe there is order to all of my chaos, all of my confusion. There is some order. So have you ever experienced a season that felt completely chaotic, only to realize later that it was preparing you for something greater? Has anyone ever been there? You can raise your hand, open your microphone, and share. Would anyone like to
Well,
go?
I will,
Jay,
Jennifer.
yes, right on that. Thank
I'm,
you,
I'm
Jay.
I'm laughing because I think I'm still in the chaos, although it's slowed down. Yeah, look, I'm the same. I was actually in China for quite a few years before you. 2020, come back, had to live in the house for which I'd separated from my wife for a couple of years, and
Mm,
after 2 months, she got tired of me and moved out, and
mm.
then I had no work because most of the jobs were based from China. There was a little in Australia, but everything got shut down by the government, weren't allowed to go anywhere. So I renovated, decided to sell the house, like you said, and they were in. And so I spent, 6 months renovating it and eventually selling. And then there was a lot of ramifications around that process that happened legally with my ex and whatever. So I sold that, and right at the end, just as I'm thinking I don't know what to do next, the tenants in another house I owned moved out and left the house empty because of they couldn't they run their business
Mm.
anymore because of COVID. So I had a house to move into, and then my great niece needed somewhere to move, so she moved in, and then another friend of mine later from church needed somewhere to live with all the chaos that was happening. So I said, okay, I've got a room, come on in. So I lived in that house for a while, looking after and being back was good. I was to look after my aged mum, got her into an aged care home. She was 95 or whatever at the time. So yeah, life was just a continuous amount of things. And then my mum died and passed on, whatever. And I was just getting over that, and I decided I really got to fix this house up that I'm living in. Now I'm feeling up to it. I need to have activity to deal with the loss of my mum, and I went up a ladder and didn't secure it, and I fell 5.5 meters, landed on my sort of feet and around a tree, crushed a vertebra, spent whatever, 3 months recovering, starting to try and then do some work. And I got a job in the government for a contract period. And yeah, came back. Then all the whole rigmarole, finished up on that, came back, had another operation on my back to remove all the metalware, which freed me up for movement. And then I renovated the second house, that other house, which is now sold. And
Mm.
so, and during this time, studied NLP, went to Bali, did the training. Like life, I think the
Life was
more
lifing.
chaotic.
Life was lifing, Jay. Life was
Yeah,
lifing.
yeah. So the better the opportunity. And now I'm sitting in a state of right. There's a great opportunity coming. What's next?
Hey, Jay. See, sometimes life is so unpredictable. We want control. We want to say,
Mm.
this is my life. I planned it and it's going great. But life has been teaching us, hey, listen, pandemic came. Guess what's happening now? Earthquakes all over the world.
Yeah.
People are starving. And guess what? It's World Cup. Yeah. World Cup. I don't know who's a football fan here. Are you Adrian? Sorry, Australia got kicked out. I'm so sorry.
That's
Ah,
hey,
France is
Lillian
still
wants to say
there.
hello. I'll shut up.
I don't know
Lillian
who's the
wants to
football
say
fan
hello.
here, but we predicted that. Guess who's going to win this year? And this guy who had predicted the last three World Cups, the winners of the World Cup successfully, he had come on and said Netherlands would win the World Cup. Guess what? They have gone home. And the teams that we think, yes, it's going to win World Cup, guess what? They're struggling. So life is unpredictable. Daniel, I saw your hand up. Thank you. Daniel, it's so good to see you, my brother. Go ahead, Daniel. Daniel, you had your hand up. Leanne, go ahead. Go ahead, Leanne. Let me check the chat. Good morning to you. Hey,
Lillian, go
it's a new
ahead.
person. Stephen, thank you.
While Lillian and Daniel are figuring out their things, I'm going to add, like, I met a friend a couple of days ago at a funeral. I haven't seen him in a long time, and he asked me what I've been up to. And it was like, well, it's hard to say, you know. Actually, I haven't done a lot, but it's like I've done a lot. It's kind of hard to say. It was kind of hard to say, like, I've done a lot, and it's not that I've done a lot.
Wait for a few
Actually,
minutes,
in my
Leanne. 8
opinion,
minutes.
is I am sure it's hard to see it in the moment, but for me, I would like to motivation myself and also helping the others to study the new language and obviously I teach my students English and I also teaching Chinese as well and obviously I also learning the Spanish so I like to watch my student to making the progress and also making the progress with my Spanish learning. So so that's the when things I motivate myself in this year. And I
Thank
really learning
you.
a lot with you, Jennifer.
Leanne, we have watched you grow on MMM and motivate.
Thank you so
When you
much.
came,
Thank you so much.
we have seen your growth. We have heard your growth, and we congratulate you, Queen. We applaud you, Leanne, for your courage, for staying on, to staying put, for having the capacity to learn more, to
Yeah.
expand, to evolve. Thank you for being here, and thank you for sharing your story with us.
Thank you for
And
giving
we
me the
continue.
chance, Jennifer.
Thank you so much. Adrian, back over to you.
You're awesome. Now, the bit of work was like, it's not that I haven't necessarily done a lot, but I think it's been a massive year of not. And by what you've shared before about the chaos, it's like this year, it's not a matter of, you know, I've been through the chaos. This kind of year, it's like being comfortable with this chaos. So, yeah, that's the end of mine. Like, maybe I haven't done a lot this way. I haven't made another meal or whatever, but I've become more comfortable with chaos and myself, and that's probably more important. Thanks, Jenny.
And you're finding that it has its purpose, there's a meaning to help you to think and to say, okay, what else is there? What is this trying to teach me? Where do I, where else do I need to go?
And
Do I
what's
need
really important?
thank you, valuing what's really important. Because in the pandemic, I found that all of this, what I had been tracing, wasn't really important. Maybe, just maybe, life is teaching us, hey, with all of what's happening with the earthquakes, my country has been experiencing several earthquakes. And with the oil, yes, oil industry, and so many things are happening. We are finding that, hey, life keeps throwing us these chaotic moments, and it's like some of us are not learning. We are still, I need to control this. Look at what's happening in the economy in many countries. Look what's happening. So chaos is just a form of confusion, a state disorder. Yes, like the thing down here, we're all confused and everything's out of whack. The economy, the stock market, Wall Street is going off. The pandemic might have left, but in it, there are so many things happening. And when I watch the news, so many persons were dying, even in my country. But again, it was that time that people really stepped out of their boxes. So to think, hey, this is teaching me something. Am I willing to learn something new? And it was in the pandemic that, again, many persons started their own businesses, became coaches, became counselors, stepped out of their comfort zones, left their entire families, went to different countries, different states, started over their lives. And let me tell you about starting over. People dread starting over, but I've had to start over several times, not from the same point, different points. Coming back home, I had to start over. After not being home for 7 years, I had to start over thinking, oh, I have to spend physical money again. I had to spend physical money. In China, I didn't have physical money, really. We had our phones. I had to learn new habits. My mom would get up at 3 a.m. to go and talk to her plants and stuff like that. And I was like, Mom, it's 3. She said, it's the morning, get up and seize the day. And I don't want to get up at 3 a.m. My habits had to change. My eating habits had to change. My clothes had to change. Now I'm in a back home and it's hot. It's steaming hot. A lot of things had to change. And all of that disorder and confusion, I found that life was teaching me something else. What else, God? Okay, I had gone to China, I'd become an author, opened my own business, became a coach, and formed strategic partnerships, virtual book tour, all of that. And now life is saying, go back, start from a different point. I'm going to teach you something else. Are we learnable? Are we ready to learn something new about ourselves? Life's teachable moments. Life was lifing. You heard Jay talk about his life. Adrian, who else wants to share about their season when there was just so much messiness, confusion, uncertainty, disorder, lack of understanding? Have you ever experienced that chaos in your life? And later realize that, hey, life is lifing. It's teaching me some things. The floor is still open.
I
Anyone
would like
else?
to share.
Go ahead, Lady
I would
Positive.
like to
Thank you for being
share.
with us.
I just want to share recently, I am here in China with my 3 girls.
Mm,
My eldest daughter, she is epileptic, and so she was attending university. She had an episode once at the school, and that was the end of her studies. We tried to get the stay, but it was a no. Fast forward to she has 7 days to leave, and I don't know what to do. I'm panicking. All of this, what shall I do? I'm
mm,
trying to get the stay, and they're saying no, and I'm still panicking. What to do? I don't know what to do. I have 2 other girls that are also depending on me here, and I have school to attend to, and I need to take care of this, and all of this, and all of that, and I didn't know what to do. Then I was like, Lord, what should I do? Lord, what should I do? And I stopped panicking, and had to face the reality that, listen, there are 7 days to go, and you need to do something about it. You need to do something about it. And so I stopped. I checked myself, breathe, and did what I had to do. And just after everything, the good God came through. She got the stay,
mm,
thanks be to God. But it's just all the experience for me when things just suddenly shift from what I had planned. I
mm,
planned for her to be here, but then here comes the reality that she had to leave. And I now need to come up with something that I did not plan. Just the
mm,
uncertainty of even what I want to do, not knowing what to do, didn't have a contingency, but had to find something to do, then the chaos.
mm,
So now No, that has taught me that I need to have a plan B, C, D, E, F, G.
Maybe,
I
but
need
maybe
to
like your
have,
life again. Do those
yes.
plans actually work, Adrian? Plans B, C, D, E, F, Z
No.
plans?
Yes.
I
So
don't
for
know
me,
if they
it's
actually work.
coming to the reality that anything can happen. I need to have backup
Yes,
plan,
contingency
emergency
plan.
plan, contingency plans. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes. So we navigated the system looking, we pray, we go off somewhere quiet, we breathe, we check ourselves, we recalibrate. And all the messiness. We do that. Yes. Making sense of chaos. I found this wonderful quote by this graphic artist. We adore chaos because we love to produce order. When I found this, I started to think about the Nazi rule. Yes, Auschwitz, all that time with the Jews. Simplicity and order are not the principle, then certainly the most important guidelines for human beings in general. Here it is. Sometimes you want to be so certain, and sometimes there are some thinkers who like to produce chaos because then they are the ones who can create the order that they think people need. Simplicity and order are, if not the principal thing, then certainly the most important guidelines for human beings in general. We want to produce order. We want to think that my life will go in this way. We want certainty. We want order in our businesses, in our finances, and that's how humans think. We want to control our circumstances. But life keeps teaching us through the pandemic and other things that, hey, listen, you can't control things. What do? We learn to produce order in the middle of chaos. So making sense of chaos. So there's a void. Where am I? This is not how I wanted my life to look. When my marriage fell apart, I was like, no, this is not happening to me. The void. An empty calendar. There's nothing. When I became a coach, I had no client. What was happening? I was producing the programs. I was there. What's happening? I had no clearly defined schedule or plan. And nothing really gets done. I fall into procrastination. The mess of my life. My life became very messy during my divorce. I tried to shield my child from all of it, my family from it. But then life becomes messy. And to a certain point, life is messy. Life be lifing. We didn't plan all of this. We didn't plan for the oil prices to go up. And now people have to park their cars because they can't afford oil. Those countries like mine, third world countries. Yeah. We didn't plan that just a few days ago, Venezuela would have a horrible earthquake killing hundreds of people. Where do we go from here? The messiness, the disorder. You can't make sense of things when they are in disarray. And this is where many persons they declutter, right? They say, okay, let me declutter my physical space because then it brings some sort of order into what my life should be, and it changes our thoughts as well. I've had to do that. I've had to declutter my physical space to try to make sense of all of this. So to create order, we find it as a kind of power. Man wants to be in control of his or her life. It's our power. We want to create that certainty, that lifestyle that I know what's going to happen. And I can predict, and I am the controlling factor in my life. And this is my 5-year plan. This is my 3-year, my 10-year plan. We gain clarity. It saves us time by helping to see things clearer in what we want to do. Again, trying to declutter our lives and fixing everything. Chaos is inherently uncertain, messy, and disorderly, and we don't want that. Many persons don't want, they want to fall into a routine. Like when I was in China, we had a routine, and I understood their routine, but in the real world, life is messy. Life is unpredictable. What do we do? What do we do in these moments when life be lifing? For me, I had to rewire my mind, my brain. I had to recalibrate. I had to say, okay, Jen, the pandemic is here. You're not working. You are 1,000 miles away from home. You can't go home anyway because there are no flights going home. And guess what? The pandemic is there too now. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? My life is messy. People are dying around me. My marriage fell apart. My son took sick. I came back home to a messy life that I had left before, but now I have to recalibrate, restructure my life, new habits, new everything. What is my reality and where do I go from here? I had to rewire my mind. What skills do I have? What talents do I have? What is life trying to teach me? What do I need to learn in all of this? What do I need to learn? Rosalind typed, being comfortable with chaos and myself. Rosalind. Hi, dear. Hi,
Hello.
Rosalind.
Yeah,
Yes,
I was just typing what Adrian said. It rang me a bell, and I also liked what Jay was sharing. He said, mm, "Well, I think I'm still in chaos," so that made me smile. And
you're still in
thank
the
you so
middle
much.
of it.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing, Jay, and in such a light way. But actually, I was listening to your story. I was like, "Oh my goodness, this is this is very challenging."
Yeah, but
So,
challenges rebuild us, doesn't it? It does. Because I never thought I'd become a coach, a life
mm,
coach. I didn't think I would become an author, own my own business. I had always had this mindset. I'm a teacher, I'll do an MEd, and I'm fine. Keep my job, my day job, and life be lifing. It says, no, I have other plans for you. Go and meet Adrian. Go and meet Janine, Alicia, Rosalind, girl, Lady Positive. Go meet other people. See how they think, how they move, how they address challenges. Unlearn. We are scared of that, right? Unlearning some things. I grew up this way. I'm like this. I'm black. I'm da da da. And life said, no. Go meet other people with different mindsets. Go learn something else. Reshape your mind. See purpose in all of this. And that certainty will become a part of your life. How do you live with uncertainty? You evolve, you calibrate, you focus, refocus. Yes, but don't try to fix everything. Leanne said, I focused inward, filtered out noise. Yes. And there can be constructive noise as well as destructive noise. Sometimes constructive noise is necessary. How can noise be constructive? Because you can sit in a crowd and it's noisy and you find the message in all that noise that you need to learn, that you need to hear. You can be in a football stadium and you sit there and you realize, oh my gosh, my team just lost the World Cup. We're going home. And in that moment, you find clarity. Yes. So Leanne filters out noise and kept showing up for myself. Important. Get up. It doesn't matter how you feel. Get up, get dressed, show up. Show up. When I was in China and after being with the MMM and Motivate community, I launched the Transforming Lives Coaching Center. And I had webinars like this for 1 year, every Thursday. Darko was there, Adrian, Dino, they were all there. They were so supportive. I had free webinars every Thursday to just try to make sense of what was happening. I showed up, even when there were 2 persons, 3 persons, 10, 15, 25 persons. I got up, showed up, and I was there. Leanne continued, I navigated it by slowing down, letting myself, wow, Leanne, feeling the struggle. Instead of fighting it, and reminding myself that this season was only temporary preparation. Just believe in yourself and continue to motivate. Yes, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. Slowing down the noise. Germ, right? We can't always control what happens to us, but can control how we react to it. Very, very important. How do we react? Do we fall out? Do we get crazy? Many persons fell into depression during the pandemic. Many persons became suicidal. How to react to it? I had to rewire my mind. I had to see my life in terms of with new eyes that, hey, life is uncertain. So I had to recreate, reframe my thoughts about reality, about certainty, about order, unlearn a lot of habits, check my responses, slow down, shared with Adrian and Alicia, where do I go from here? What happens? When I had to leave China, I got 10 days to leave China because I wanted to launch off fully. Didn't happen, but they were there and they stepped in. Amelia, my faith, good friends, they were there to when I had to leave, and then I had to come back home and reposition, rebuild, not from scratch anymore, but from a different place. And here I am today, develop different habits, routines, systems. What is life trying to teach us in the middle of our chaos? That, hey, there's something more beautiful. For me, the virtual book tour. I'm just so in awe of what we have achieved, accomplished over the years. Adrian, Janine, Emilia. Wow, what a journey. When we started off, we didn't know it would become anything like this. In the middle of the chaos that we were experiencing, we found that there was purpose in all of it. Starting from 10 authors to 42 authors, 10 authors from 5 countries to 42 authors from 6 continents. We're going to go to Antarctica. Always say that. In chaos, I began to write my first book. In the chaos, I became a coach. In the chaos, I unlearned the mindset of control, of certainty. In the chaos, I had to reframe. This is not the end of my life. What if there was something more? What if I had levels of mindset that I had never seen before, had never uncovered? What if I could own my own business? What if I could become a speaker? What if I could really impact the lives of others? And that is exactly what happened. Adrian, I find certainty in my ability to get through whatever life throws at me. Yes. Leanne, creating good things, we can create the words or find good ways to create ourselves as well. Yes. In chaos A, we learn to pivot. That word was a popular word like 3 years ago. Pivot, learn to pivot. Yes. Reframe, change, recalibrate, take a step back, breathe.
Jenny, it's also okay at those points to say, okay, it went different or it went whatever. And it always seems to be so much more bigger and traumatic before. But when we're in the middle of the chaos, it's
Yes.
not really that big. I mean, in my mind, I thought the chaos was like this big. But in reality, the chaos, yeah, it was a lot of chaos, but it wasn't the end of the world. It seemed like it a little bit, but it's not really.
That's it.
So
It's
I got
seeing money
certainty
make
that I'm going to
us.
be alive. I got certainty I'm going to be alive tomorrow. I don't know how, but I'm going to get
Am
through
I
whatever
gonna get?
comes.
Yes, yes. But when we're in it and we see all our plans that, our plan A, B, C, D, Z, then working out, what do we do? Leon said it right. We take a step back, we breathe, tune out all the negative noises, fill our lives with constructive noise, constructive paths. Hey, talk to somebody. What do we say to ourselves in the middle of chaos? There are three ladies on your poster here. Three girls coming together to say, guess what? Our words, are so powerful. Girl, Rosalind, myself, we found that in the middle of chaos, what we say to ourselves is so important. I'm a loser, I'm a failure, I'm depressed, I'm not gonna make it. This is the end of my life. This is the end of me. What do we say in the middle of chaos? What did we say, Rosalind? What did you say when all of this was happening in your life and your children and leaving France and coming to China and evolving and still in the chaos? What do you say to yourself? What words do you use?
um, Thank you, Jenny, for talking about this. I was just thinking that the idea of doing this workshop is because I've always tried hard to make things work,
Mm-hmm.
and
I know.
I think with the challengers community, with my work, with my life, with yeah, chaos has always been has always been in my life because of having kind of an ADHD brain, right? So chaos in
Mm. You
physical
say things
or
differently.
chaos.
Yes.
So I mean, you just need to cope with this. But I just realized that yeah, the words are so important. The one that we tell ourselves,
Yes.
Um,
About ourselves, about our situation. This is hopeless. This will
mm,
never work.
so yeah, and especially the people who we are surrounded with, maybe we have
Mm.
a very kind and loving and caring friends who are very encouraging, but no matter what, maybe our brain uh, automatically focus on what's not going well. Because
Mm.
we always want to, I mean, I don't know, always want to improve things. Maybe it's been my also
Mm.
my way of thinking. So um, I just realized that I, I want to change. I really, 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 really want to transform. I saw this video that was saying that I know about the power of the word that we use. They are like spells. No matter if it's a blessing. I think you've been talking about God and I've experienced in when I lost my job. Uh,
Mm.
I was usually already maybe because of ADHD or I've always had some depression that maybe I was not aware, but
Mm.
it's like waves, and but during that period, where everything collapsed, separated
Yes.
from my husband,
Unraveling. Yes.
and being informed that there's not going to be another I'm not going to be renewed after you know like being dedicating my 8 years fully entirely to the school where I was working, the community that I was building
Yes.
and creating.
Mm.
uh, so it was very interesting because I'm sure, I'm so convinced that it's because of my Christian friends. And at that time,
Mm.
I was not Christian. I was just surrounded with very caring people. So that's how I started to observe that actually words have power, and because
Yes,
during all that
definitely.
time, yeah, during all that time, I've never felt so much in peace. This is so weird, right? People, like my colleagues were so amazed. They were like, wow, you don't, what are you going to do?
Yes,
No idea. So what are you up to? I don't know. I'm just dealing one thing after one time, So
I
I had
know.
my two kids with me, and we were trying to figure out, what decision to make, because that's how you realize, like, maybe like I haven't been grateful enough. I was thinking like, oh, I took my job for
Mm,
granted, and then like now that didn't have it, it's like, oh, this is the source of source of income that pays you, like where you live, where you can sleep,
mhm.
eat, and so the power of words, I've experienced it like through friends' prayers. I don't know if they pray for me, but I feel that they have, because during all that
I
period that
have.
thank you. So I was just sharing, and that's how I I got to share with some Christian friends about this, and then like they just led me into Christianity, and I've got to read more about the Bible as well. And I've also always done like a lot of like a positive affirmation. I tried like this challenge. I did
Mhm,
this. I did
mhm,
this,
mhm.
and but I think like it's not it worked a bit, but like it has to be in consistency, and I think it has to go
That's
through
it.
like the not only the words, uh, but like the word that you speak out, and then like I was thinking
Mhm, mhm,
the
mhm.
the word that you speak out, and maybe like the body that you talk to your body. So maybe like to associate words with body movements, and so that like because a lot of things that we I experience sometimes is like maybe we say something, but like our
That's
body is like
it.
all stressed. So um, I was just thinking like this workshop. I'm so grateful to you, Jenny, and Guom, because I know that you have encouraged me so much like in that difficult time. And I was thinking like, okay, it's my journey, but I also want to share it with other people. And because like your time is very valuable, I know like you're like with the book, the book tour. Guom
Yeah.
also has like, just published a book, like has
Ooh.
exhibitions, and then like you just said yes, and like I told you like just like a few days before, and you made all this happen. So like I feel like, wow, it's a miracle, it's magical. And I'm thinking like i want I want to take people that maybe are also struggling, but they like it's very
Mm.
interesting because like when you talk, Jenny, or like Adrian or Jay, you all look so composed, and then like you can laugh at, yeah, you can laugh
Did you
about
hear
this.
that?
Yes, exactly. You talk about this, looking back, and like,
Oh,
oh, and then I built this, I built that, and then like you feel so far from,
oh,
uh,
dear.
you know,
No.
no, I know, because like we are connected, like so.
Yes,
I know
yes.
you personally, so that makes me like also realize oh, to which place am I going to share, and then like that's why when Jay said like he started to tell his story, I was like, I think I'm still in the chaos. That made me laugh because I didn't know where to start. Where like when you had these very interesting questions, or like where you shared as well about your story, you have gone through it already. So like it seems like, oh, it's past,
Still
but it's
going.
not
Yeah,
true. It's past, but actually it's still painful. There's
it
still
is.
part
It
of
is. But we're
this.
learning, aren't we?
Yeah. So
And
I'm just thinking,
uncovering other parts of our life that we never thought. Because
mm,
here you came up with this idea, Rosalind. I was
mm,
like, this is so powerful. Oh my word, this is so powerful because it's
mm,
what NLP is really about. Our
mm,
language, or how our thoughts and language affect our actions and our lifestyle and our lives. What we say has the power to reshape or to crumble our lives. And I'm
exactly.
so looking forward to this workshop, sharing with the
Yeah.
girl and with you, Rosalind, because or words that we speak in the middle of what we're going through can determine what really happens to us. You can say it's over, I am good for nothing, this is it for me, my life is over, it's done, and I give up. Or we can say, what if? What if there is something else?
Mm,
What if I could create an opportunity, Rosalind, as you did, from losing your job?
mm.
What if there is something else?
And I would say as well, like
Yeah.
it's not only about like you know, like the power of positive affirmation. There's something else as well. It's like what is behind that, like is ingrained in your maybe like a um inner child that has been, you know, the voice behind that
Yes,
you're not
yes.
aware of. You're not aware of, but that like the one that is actually destroying you. Like maybe
That's
your
it.
mom's voice, your dad's voice, they didn't mean it, but at that time, like it's been said, you're so
Mm,
useless. Like you always make mistakes. You know, like uh,
mm.
you know, like how do you actually like oh, this was when they were angry. They didn't mean it, but you carried it.
Yes. You
So
carry
I think
those. Yeah.
so that's why I think it's so important. Like I'm just thinking, you know, like to be aware for ourselves, and then like we can choose, right? We can choose the words that we use.
That's
Do we
it.
want to insult? Do we want to like you know give blessings? Do we want to give wishes? Do we want, you know, like so I'm just thinking it goes like the both
Powerful.
ways. So,
Powerful.
and who are we influenced by? Because like who did we trust? For example, like I would say like a my ex-husband, right? Like you open your heart where you like sharing like you know yourself
Mm.
fully, and then like uh what you're like at your, how do you say, like the most sensitive, or like because maybe we don't open ourselves really openly because we're afraid to be judged. And but like
Yeah.
then like you open it to
Mm.
like someone that you trust, and then like uh in difficult times, like because maybe like the other person doesn't know how to control themselves, they use it like, and they just that, you know, like just uh you
Yes.
know,
I
you know, like where
know.
it hurts the most. So I mean, like wow, how can you trust again, right? How can you trust to be fully open again? But at the same time, life is to be fully lived, not to be like
Ah,
half lived, right?
love that point. Life is to be fully lived, whether it's lifing or not.
Mm.
Stephen said chaos is an essential part of our life. Chaos has two aspects as other stuff. We could pick up some nutrition we need from the chaos. Chaos is there to teach us something. Are we willing to learn what it's trying to teach us? That's a point. Jay, we are like ducks paddling on a lake. Only a few ripples are visible up top, but under the water, the feet are working full time to make the surface appearance look good. Thanks for sharing those. I want to say congrats to Germ for writing and publishing her book.
Thank you
Germ,
so
we are
much,
so
Jenny.
proud of you. You finally did it. And she launched her, you had a studio event with all her artwork just a few months ago, and it sell off. And people, now she has tons of orders. And people are like, girl, hey, a couple of months ago, girl, we went home just about the same time I had to go home.
Yeah.
And we calibrated, we framed, started over at some points, came back in, opened her art show, her gallery, her self to the world, say, hey, it's my art, it's me. She uses her hair. I don't know if you know, she uses her hair to put on her art piece. I've never seen that before. And now we are so proud of you for publishing your first book. Girl, I can't wait to get it. Thank
Thank
you for
you,
sharing
Jenny.
so
Really
much. Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
We are proud of you. And looking forward to this workshop to help people to reframe their chaos.
Definitely.
Yes.
Excited to
To unlearn some
do
things.
this.
Go ahead, girl.
Yeah, as you mentioned, like I have also had a lot of chaos in my life. I I can't even choose one moment, but since you mentioned
I
like
know, I know, I know. I
since
know. But
you
guess
mentioned
what
me
happened
going,
out of all of that? You wrote your
yeah,
book. Yes.
I did.
You
Actually,
opened
okay,
your art
I can
show.
start with the
Yes.
book. So the book journey also started during the pandemic. I was like
Ah,
never a writer. And I always loved reading since childhood. I have been a bookworm. People who really know me joke that I don't need food to satisfy my appetite. I can just have meals out of books because I can read like 2, 3, 4 books a day, nonstop. So since childhood, I have loved reading, but I've never been much of a writer or like expressing my feelings type of girl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an introvert and I'm also neurodivergent, so I like to keep my feelings inside. And I always used to put on a mask, put on a public face so that people don't judge me or don't love me less or accept me less if I show them my truth. Because I have had a lot of toxic experiences. I have had bullying. I have lost myself. I have stopped believing in the goodness and kindness of humanity. Whenever someone
Mm-hmm.
did something nice for me, I was like, they have an ulterior motive because I have
Mm-hmm.
been judged and
Sensitive.
been through so much that I was
Mm-hmm.
like, they want something. They can't actually just be nice to. And so during COVID, I was stuck in my ancestral home for like 9, 10 months. And I had never lived there for that long because we always used to go there for summer holiday or winter holiday. And I started experiencing a lot of reverse culture shock and a lot
Mm-hmm.
of memories, childhood memories, and all of that came back. And
Mm-hmm.
since my exhibitions and workshops here in China and all
Yes.
of my events were getting canceled, I was like, I'm an artist. I should do something creative with all the nostalgia I'm feeling, with all
Mm-hmm.
the, feelings I'm feeling. So I should start writing and creating. I created my lockdown collection, but I also started writing. Like I used to get thoughts in the shower, thoughts when I was eating, thoughts when I was walking around in the garden, playing with the animals and feeding them. Just at random times, these words and phrases came in my mind. So, what I did was I started journaling them down. No matter how messy, how disaligned, how like random it seemed, I knew it would come together in something. So actually, I created my like makeshift studio and makeshift workspace in my grandpa's office. And he
Mm-hmm.
passed away in 2016, and he was like super, super close to me. So in my studio, when I was writing like the letters for these books, and creating these paintings, I could feel his presence and him like
Yes.
watching me and blessing me. And sometimes it seems weird to other people. I could actually hear his voice. So I actually had like conversations with him. Like I could see him sitting across from me, watching me work. So, yeah, that's how I overcame the chaos for writing the book. And the day it got published, I messaged my mom and I was like, I wish he was here to see this. Like, I
Yes.
got really emotional because I was remembering this journey.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, well, he's always watching you. He's, proud of you. Because actually, I started this in a way because of him. I got inspired because of him. So, yeah, that's my
Thank
journey.
you. And thank you, Germ. Thank you for Rosalind for sharing and for this awesome opportunity to share with you girls in this space for this. I'm looking forward to that. Yes, so we're just we talk a bit more about it afterwards. So here we are in this chaos. We can either talk to ourselves negatively or start thinking, what if? What if this is teaching me something else? What other things do I need to learn? Where do I see myself in the future? And this is where we come in with the future pacing technique. It's like practicing tomorrow, today. You know, I think Darko showed me this a couple of years ago when we had our sessions, and I really loved it. Adrian has spoken about visualization and the power of seeing things and all that for time and time again.
Yeah, I just want to
But
add in. Just want to add in there, Jennifer. It
go
sounds
ahead.
simple when I read it there. When it sounds simple, I always say it. Stepping in. It sounds simple, but when you do it and you're held accountable. So when
Yes.
you're doing it with someone, it's hugely different, and it's really easy to maybe read that or maybe read it in a book and Oh yeah, future pace it. But when you do it as a process,
Mhm. Hence the Motivate community. So come on Sundays because we do this all the time. And Adrian, Darko, they're there to take you through, Jay, the process of visualization and future pacing. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen. It's not going to happen just like this on this 1.5 hour meeting. Because
yeah,
there's
and
more depth to
I'll
it.
let in the word that Jenny's getting close to it, and the visualization, right? And with the rest of
Mhm.
it, we get sensualization. So rather
Ah,
than visualization, sensualization,
all
using
our
more and
senses,
more
engage
sense.
all our
Yeah.
senses.
Smelling the
Yes.
coffee at the desk or hearing the pop of the champagne as the bubbles go
Mm-hmm,
bubbling
mm-hmm,
out, and as the
mm-hmm,
bubbles come bubbling out, maybe you feel the champagne bubbling out or you
mm-hmm.
smell the whatever it is, and also for
In the
consequences.
moment.
Yeah,
Yes.
look around,
So,
experience it, and how's your family affected by this? And what are the kids saying, and what's
yes.
happening there from the
Good.
dog's perspective, looking up, and getting these
Yes.
different perspectives of the future allows us to get some certainty as to where we're going. But you got to actually fully do
Where
it
do
and
we want to
participate
go?
in a good session like yours, or this one at
Where do
three.
we want to go? This is a tip of what all of this is about because there's so much to this and we can't teach this in one session. This is why we invited to come on to the sessions every Sunday evening right here and they're free. They're free. You know how much money people are paying for this kind of stuff? Adrian knows he's out there. People are paying a lot of money to just sit in this space and do this and learn this. They are paying a lot of money. And we are doing it free, and we've been doing it free for years. This is how I became involved in this community. Coming on every Sunday and just soaking up and learning so many things and techniques. And it's free.
And
It's
we
free.
we do it very we try to attain a higher level of ethics and ecology, so for the greater good for those involved. But just recently, we had one of our students burn out, and they'd done the training. They were involved as a coach, but they were in a particular group which was just going really, really hard on the yang, the yang,
Mm,
the
mm,
yang, the
mm,
action,
mm.
go, 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 go. Naturally, people are getting burnt out. And myself and another trainer were in the room at a couple of points in time going, hang on, yeah, we're doing it here for free. And
Yes, it's free.
even,
For
yeah,
years you've been
Daily,
doing this, Adrian.
we run these
Free.
sessions here where we take them through slowly or
Yes.
hypnotize them into thinking that it's 1999, December 31, and you're getting ready to go out on New Year's Eve. We did an activity last week where we went to 1999. Anyway, sorry, future pacing is exceptional. You're going to do a great job with it, and
Yeah.
we'll do a great job here next week as well.
This is what we do here every Sunday. We take apart all of these techniques and we do them, we practice them. And this is just a small, just the ice for this technique because there's so much more to it. Future pacing, what do I really want? Identify a desired outcome. What do I want to accomplish in the next 2 years, 3 years, 5 years? Imagine yourself, immerse yourself. You take a time now to close your eyes. Engage in all your senses. Picture yourself 2 years or even 5 years from now. You're practicing tomorrow today. Picture yourself at the exact moment your goal has been achieved. The sounds you hear. What do you smell? What are you feeling? The breeze on your skin. What are you hearing? The applause, maybe, or the wind rustling, or you're sitting among friends to writing your first book. What are you smelling? Roses or a particular essence in a restaurant or studio, Engage all their senses. I can see, I can smell, I can taste the moment. That's where I want to be. That's where I need to be. Not the applause, but the coming into my own that, hey, girl, you showed up. You made order in the middle of your chaos. You may still live in the chaos, but guess what? You have now reframed it. It's now serving you, serving your purpose to unravel, unearth new talents, new gifts, new insights that you never thought possible. You are now embracing your chaos to reshape your life. I can smell it, sense it, hear it, feel the cover of my next book, see my name on my next book. Hey, I'm on my own TV show, seeing all the women there, sharing in the moment, embracing each other, loving on each other, showing up for each other, saying, hey, it's not over. It may just be the beginning of another beginning. What are you sensing? What are you feeling? Engage all your senses. What's coming out for you? It's coming out for you. The floor is open if you want to share for a few minutes. And we're going to be back here to uncover this, more details. Would anyone like to share that little bit that we did? Living with greater clarity and confidence, achieving a meaningful goal, sharing your own story or creating something impactful. I saw that for myself. My TV show for girls that I want up here, I think I shared it, this one. This is what I want to recreate. This is what I'm creating. I just did in my mind. The space. I could see them, hear them, speak with them. And now I know, hey, it's possible. And we're going there. The floor is open for just a bit of sharing before we close off today. How was it for you? Future pacing. What do I see? Where do I see myself the next 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? How can I step into that? It's a process. We'll teach you how to do it here. We'll teach you how to visualize and bring it closer to yourself, enlarge it with all the colors and the sounds to it and the texture and the tone to all that you want and bring it to life. Because this is just the beginning of future pacing. Imagining it is one thing, but actually doing the action to create it, to visualize, and then moving into, I can create this. Step by step, I can do it. Would anyone like to share?
Can I just share that I'm feeling really good and I feel like I've been in a trance and it has been lovely. In my mind, I've been 6 months in future and I think I still am.
Hold on to that because we're going to come right back to this. I would love for Adrian to dissect this this month or next month or in our sessions because we do have sessions, to really pull this apart in more details and to really teach us to step into the visualization, to use up all our senses and gain clarity and put the colors to it and the shape and texture and form and bring it to life. There's accountability. There are actions to be taken, not just to visualize or imagine, but taking action now to move, to make it happen. Who do I need to partner with? What skills do I need to unlearn? What skills do I need to learn? I need to come on to Motivate Community on Sundays. I need to talk with Adrian, Darko, Dino, Jay. I need this. I need to join Challengers community. I need to come on to Monday morning motivation community. What do I need to do to achieve that? Now that I've seen a glimpse of where I really want to go, and I can taste, I can hear it, I can feel it, I can reach out and touch it, and it's becoming alive and taking shape and form as I future pace, as I picture myself in the moment, and I hear, taste, smell. What do I need to do? What actions do I need to take? Who do I need to talk to? We have coaches, we have counselors on this platform who are willing to help you, who are willing to support you. They have supported me, I know, and they are so patient. And guess what? It's free. So these are free. Can you imagine? I'm paying big bucks to come and to share something like this, and it's here free. Alicia did Saturday learning sessions free of cost, and they were so profound. Janine has been doing Monday morning motivation for what, 6 years, 7 years, every Monday morning, free of cost to help people. There is support. You are not alone. And the voice might say you're alone and you're depressed and you can't get through this and it's your own chaos and it's your fault and you should have, could have, and you blame yourself when you have these supportive communities that say, hey, we're here for you. We're going to walk with you, we're going to teach you, we're going to support you. What action do you need to take today? Go ahead, Adrian.
Okay. Next week, we're going to have Resh. Jennifer may give her a bit more of an introduction following this. Secondly, great session. You did fantastic. I love it. I love it very much. And I love being able to step into the student share as well. Yeah. So I had my camera off a bit while I was eating, but I was sitting here listening the whole time. And it was lovely to hear you with heart and mind open and bang on with so many great points and sharing here. And then the last one just slipped my mind. I'll pass the microphone.
Sharing your own story to create something impactful. This is what we do. We share stories here in Motivate Community. We share stories on MMM Challengers. Yes.
It was
all the
Janine.
Challengers people in the house. Go ahead, Adrian.
Hey, Janine came on
Yes.
live in, it would have been about 10 years ago. And Katie from the UK and Hannah from Spain were running this Motivate community. Estrelita was in the background still. I was traveling somewhere or at home with a baby or something. They were running it, and Janine came and spoke. And that was a couple of moments when light bulbs came on and different people kind of lit up, and this fire came alive in a few people, and it was like right on. I kept the guide rails on. We had we work in East Nanjing Lu. So we had a great office, and that was with Millar, who is a champion coach. I think she's a PCC, possibly an MCC now, from Russia, who met the love of her life, and they're married and living in Canada now. I partnered with Margarita, who has a life skills in WeChat group. That started together around the same time. But with Estrelita and together, we just put guide rails on this. And the main guide rails were, as speakers, we want to be giving more value than we're asking back. So if we are sharing a program, we're giving a huge amount of people. And if people come on the program, we want to make sure that whatever they invest, that they get more back. So we kind of do it strategically through collaboration or going extra deep. And we keep these sessions to just giving value. So we've got a YouTube channel that backs some of it up. We don't get thousands of views, but John has actually created a fantastic video. And Jennifer's on there, Gur's on there, Rosalind's on there.
Yes.
Every all these names, they're all on there as well. And we have it pointing back to you. So if you want to, it's not as important nowadays, but you can leave a few links back to your website or to your offers and all. And Estrelita would love to have more. We would love to have more of you speak as well. So go, Rosalind, please.
Yes, definitely.
If the
Get in
following
touch
weeks or
with
months,
me.
Estrelita would love to do the little thingy and get you up here. Jennifer, absolutely lovely.
Thank you, Estrelita. Thank you so much. And if you want to contact me, because we're just starting, we're just beginning. We could be here for hours talking. This is what we do. Yes? Leanne, go
Hi,
ahead. Just a
hi
minute.
Jennifer, and I really learn from this meeting. So unfortunately, I am going to heat up my dinner.
Thank
See you
you,
tomorrow.
Leanne. Thank you so much. So we are
And
here.
All
What
right,
we got?
yeah,
motivation.
and then see you tomorrow. And looking forward to join
Monday
you
morning
on
motivation
Monday
with Matter.
motivation.
Yes, that's gonna be exciting. Another author.
Yeah. See,
Ways.
see
I'm
you
telling
in
you.
there.
So,
See you in there. Thank you for
yeah.
your wonderful presentation.
Thank you so much, Leanne, and thank you. So come on out. This is what we're doing. We're gonna excavate this technique in more details and form or reform, reshape, or understanding of chaos, finding order, learning to live in uncertainty, putting on your clothes. Somebody said to me, put on your big girl drawers and show up. Life be lifing. You're gonna stay in bed the whole day, get up, put on your big girl drawers, show up. That's what we do, Rosalind. That's what we do. We're
Rosalind,
gonna
one of the reasons we do this for free is that it kind of provides some guide rails, but it's also good guide rails if you're feeling depressed in Shanghai or Beijing or wherever you are. So I know a lot of our guys are in remote places, and I know a lot of us aren't in remote places, but feel like we're in emotionally remote places.
Yes.
And a lot of the reason and passion for it came the developing skills. So rather than joining a Toastmasters and speaking for a minute or 3 minutes, we went, well, we can do a workshop and we can workshop stuff we know, and people can come and we can charge 100 kwai. Yeah, and from that 100 kwai, we can get coffees and drinks. So it was never making a lot of money, but it was like we might be able to make a little bit. And sometimes that little bit means we can actually have a party. But I did get clients through it as well. That came later. Yeah. I started to work specifically on getting some coaching clients, and then you would give value away through a session at a coffee shop. You go to a coffee shop, put on a workshop about men are from Mars, women are from Venus, or whatever. And you share openly, you share your experience, and some people would be like, hey, I want to work with you. Or I want to work, in a group, which is really powerful. And I got into some groups where there were groups of 4 or 5 guys, and some of those guys pop into these sessions. 4 or 5 guys got together and we just did like men's confidence together. And I was a participant, or I may have been a leader, probably been both. Yeah, but at the moment, financially, the community is at a loss financially. The revenue in versus expenses out, it's not in my favor. But I keep it going because there's other ways it monetizes. It may not necessarily monetize today, but it is an asset, and it is a bunch more than that. So I don't get the financial return on what I put in, but it can if it really
You're changing people's lives, Adrian.
Sorry?
You are transforming people's lives, Adrian.
Yeah, and this is
So I
actually
can
holding me
do
accountable. And I've been hitting a glass ceiling, as we all do. We hit ceilings or walls, and beliefs are important. And they structure. So I've been hitting my own ceiling, but by coming back here, by being accountable to you guys,
yeah.
yeah, I know I got to step up, trying to take a big leap. But this
Mhm.
community is supporting me as well as I step up.
Mhm.
Thank you,
Thank you for
Adrian.
sharing that.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
I
think
want to say that this picture you have, Jennifer, the tangled up the string, and then
Yeah.
you got loops and loops.
Yes.
Yep, yep. This is really useful, especially with our neurological levels.
Mm.
You're right. So are we talking about beliefs? Are we
Mhm.
talking about identity? Are we talking about a greater
Exactly.
purpose?
Yes. I
And with
like
our
that.
thoughts, are our thoughts, and it is like a confusing ball of mess sometimes, our thoughts, but there's actual slow down and you start to see there's
Indeed,
patterns.
yes. Yes. See
That's a
that?
great metaphor.
So we come here. So we come on MMM. This community is here to help you. They helped me to reshape my chaos and find out that there's so many more things to do. I really appreciate it. Go ahead, Rosalind.
No, thank you. Thank you very much, like Adrian. I was just thinking, like, please, let us, maybe you should create something where, like, there can be donations, because what I've learned through this journey of chaos, because I've always done a lot of things for free, because I used to be an employee, so I had like a salary, right? But like by being like an entrepreneur, or like just being on my own, I just realized that there's nothing for free. I mean, like, um it should be, like we, even if it's a little bit, like there should be like maybe a little QR code where we can just decide to donate like how much we want to help you
Mhm.
maintain this community, because it takes a lot of
Yes.
effort. I've seen like Jennifer during like for Monday morning motivation, because she has taken it like over a kind of my role at that time when I volunteered. And in her chaos, like that was like when she had to leave, uh, she she still made the time to make this poster happen, and she still continued to show up, and I was just so amazed. So I'm just thinking like it looks like
Mhm.
everything is so perfect and things like this, but it's not. And like you guys are always showing up, and I can tell you like it's been so inspiring. So if there's anything, like for example, like oh, we earn a little bit, then like we come here and we can give, okay, we can give 10 RMB. It's just energy, like and that's what I
Yeah.
thought, like it's just like honoring the time for of others, even for
Yeah.
for challengers, like I'm so amazed to see like all these like professionals that are coming, and then like they're offering,
Mm.
you know uh, of course they're learning, but actually it's draining to be always taking of others, and who take it for granted, or who
So we
don't
need persons
realize.
to pour back into our lives, Rosalind. We
Yeah.
need
So I
persons
think
who are able to pour back into our lives.
mm,
This community
so
does.
Thank you
yeah,
very
and I
much.
think
The QR code, very good point. We will make that happen.
Yes.
Definitely
Thank
make
you.
that happen. And my natural defenses are like, no, no. But you mentioned someone else. Okay, yeah, I thought Jennifer, and that move when she made it. Yep, yep.
mm,
Thank you so much.
it's important. Yeah, thank you so much for
Oh,
making this exist, and maintain as well Monday morning motivation as well, because I can tell you that like I've been so grateful to Janine for having kept this dream
Yes.
every time. It was like the the like you're drowning like in the water, right? Like but like a Monday morning motivation was like a kind of like a breath that you could take and get
Yes.
inspired, and like so it was so incredible. So that's why when she decided, like after her 5 years, like she needed she wanted to move on, and like I was like, it cannot like it cannot like finish.
Yes.
It
Yes.
cannot finish. And it was like at my worst time. I said like I cannot do it, but like she was going to just drop,
Mm.
and I was like, okay, then I'll do it. Because I had time. I had time, but I didn't have energy. But it's okay.
okay. Hey,
So yeah,
New,
Jenny,
new unraveling new talents. Go ahead, Adrian.
can you scroll back up, Jenny, to where you had your offer, where you had the product? Um, Okay, now, a very good point in donations. Better than donations, there's much better actions that are appreciated.
Yes.
We
Yes.
have partnered. No, I'm flying down, and another guy, Ben, who turns up here, and Jay was considering it. We're flying down to Sydney in a couple of days to do 5 days training with Chris Collingwood. Now he's done a bunch of sessions here for us. Chris has done a session here every 8 weeks, roughly, and he's been studying EQ and NLP since '84, and his wife since '86. So he's training the certificate, the graduate certificate. It's like university level up here, NLP. It's you can do it over 6 months, but I see it like a year and a half upgrade. Yep, wherever you're at. So promoting and sharing his. So if anyone wants further training, rather than sending them a pissy ICF training, sorry ICF, but you know. ICF is for the coaches, right? So you simply chunk up on it and you get to coaching, chunk up again, you get NLP. So that training is just world class. It's on point. I've done it myself as a trainer in NLP. I then went and did it. So out of anyone for investment, I know it wasn't I should do it because I already done the training. So it was like I had to repeat everything a second, third time, but the level of skill. Now, the other thing is your program right here. I can see you got a price on there, 688 RMB. So for those that aren't on it, jump on this program. Yeah, or later on, jump on another one. There are a lot of our programs here and from our speakers, like jumping in these little groups with 3 women together, like jumping in this program. And then if I see that, you know, Stella or Daniel or, you know, a couple of people have jumped on it, you know, maybe Frank or someone, you know, they've jumped on it and they're now, and then you guys get to bubble and enjoy that and grow and, you know, and get your own. That
Thank you so much.
688 is worth so
Thank
much
you,
more than a
Adrian.
donation
Thank
back.
you.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you so much. I
investing in buying each
appreciate it.
other's courses and jumping in each other's groups.
Yes, we've been doing that for a while, right, girl? Rosalind, with the challenges and all that. But this is the essence of NLP, or language, or mind, what we think and what we say really shapes our reality. And we have to learn to reframe and say different things that will bring to reality what we wanna, the life we wanna live. Yes, our words are powerful. So join us. Join us. We're starting tomorrow, and we love to have you with us. Right? We're looking forward to all of
definitely.
it. Yeah. So thank you so much for just being with us today. Do you have any questions?
Boom! You made it here! Good on you. Make sure you click the subscribe button below and check out the playlist at the end. If you'd like to come along to our Sunday sessions where we host a live, free Q&A for our students and members, you're welcome. I'll see you there.